So I welcome you all for the Charaka Samhita Chikitsa Sthana class. So Charaka Samhita consists of 120 chapters. You all know you have read in the Ityasa part. So there are four stages in building the Charaka Samhita. The present Charaka Samhita has four stages of development. So first stage is the stage of Atreya. So where Atreya preached the Samhita or Atreya Samhita, can call it as Atreya Samhita. It is not in a written form, it is only in a verbal oral form. So it has been preached to the main Shishyas like Agniveshadi Shishya. So we can see there are mentioning about Atreya. There is Atreya, Punarvasu Atreya, Krishna Atreya. One more name is there, Chandrabhaga. Chandrabhaga. You can see in Charaka Sutrasthana, 13th chapter, shloka number 100, you can see the word Chandrabhagina or Chandrabhaga. So Chandrabhaga means he is the son of Chandrabhaga, mother. Mother of Atreya is known as Chandrabhaga. So hence he is also known as Chandrabhaga Atreya. So Atreya, Punarvasu Atreya, Krishna Atreya, Chandrabhaga. So these are all the synonyms or the different names related to Maharshi Atreya. So most of the philosophical point of view, most of the spiritual point of view, all those preachings, major, all core subject of Samhita is the contribution of Atreya. There is one more Atreya we come across, that is Bhikshu Atreya. Bhikshu Atreya, but he is a different person. He is not the original Atreya, he is a different Acharya, Bhikshu Atreya. So that can be clarified in Sutrasthana first chapter, where around 59 rishis gather near Himalaya. In that there is Atreya and Bhikshu Atreya. So Bhikshu Atreya is a different person. So that is the first stage of building the Charaka Samhita. Next stage is Agnivesha level. So Agnivesha is the direct disciple of Atreya. So whatever the preachings of Atreya has been documented, analyzed, and summarized in the form of Tantra, that is called as Agnivesha Tantra. So main blueprint of Charaka Samhita, present Charaka Samhita is directly taken from Agnivesha. So that is nothing but Agnivesha Tantra, which has been elaborated into Charaka Samhita. So that is the Agnivesha next level. Third level is Charaka himself. So there is no specific person called as Charaka. So there are many persons attributed to Charaka, but still the Gupta Kalina Charaka has been considered as the uh, main person of Charaka. So if you see, there is a interval or a gap of around 1000 years between Agnivesha and Charaka. So there is a considerable gap of 1000 years, but still Charaka Samhita present available or the original Charaka Samhita is a direct extension of Agnivesha Tantra. So Agnivesha Tantra is converted into Charaka Samhita and it is called as a redaction. Redactor. Charaka is considered as a redactor. Next level is Drudabala. So Drudabala is this considered as Sampuraka. So what are all the parts which are missed in Charaka Samhita, original Charaka Samhita, parts which are missed that have been contributed by Drudabala, Sampuraka. So Atreya is considered as Adya Upadeshta, Agnivesha is considered as Tantrakarta, Charaka is considered as Pratisamskarta, whereas Drudabala is considered as Sampuraka. So this is the four stages of Charaka Samhita. So the present Charaka Samhita we have around 120 chapters, which is divided by 8 sthanas: Sutra Sthana, Nidana Sthana, Sharira Sthana, Indriya Sthana, Chikitsa Sthana. Kalpa, Siddhi. Okay, so each sthana has a different set of chapters. Sutra sthana 30 chapters, Chikitsa sthana 30 chapters, Nidana, Vimana, Indriya, Sharira 8 chapters, Siddhi, Kalpa 12 chapters. So this is the number of chapters in Charaka Samhita. So usually pattern is we have to start from Sutrasthana. So Sutrasthana gives all the basic principles, all the regular details of the Samhita. Sutrasthana is called as Tantrasyasya Shiraha Shubham. It is considered as the head portion, Sutrasthana, as a part of we need to facilitate the students to understand the Samhita with respect to the final year subjects. On based on this orientation, we are starting the Chikitsasthana. Otherwise, usually we start with the Sutrasthana. So then comes to the Chikitsasthana. So in Chikitsasthana, we have 30 chapters. In the 30 chapters, first two chapters is dedicated for Rasayana Tantra, Rasayana Pada, and second chapter is dedicated to Vajikarana. So there are two aspects in Chikitsa. One is Swasthya Vruddhi or Swasthya Unnatikarana. Another one is Vikara Upashamana. So that is the core concept of Charaka Samhita or Arvinda. Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshana, Vikarasya Aturasya Vikara Prashamana. So first improve the Swasthya, first aspect. Once you improve the Swasthya, question or occurrence of Vyadi will become nil or zero. So hence very importance is given for Swasthya Rakshana, Swasthya Utkarshana, Swasthya Urjaskara. So improving the Swasthya is the first objective of this Samhita. And next objective is once there is a Vikara, it has to be subsided. It has to be cleared or treated. So that is the second part is Vikara Parimokshana. So Swasthasya Swasthya Rakshana, Aturasya Vikara Prashamana. That is the main two objectives. Based on these two objectives, Swasthya Rakshana for Swasthya Rakshana, Rasayana and Vajikarana have been explained in detail. For Vikara Prashamana, next 28 chapters is dedicated for Vikara Prashamana. So from chapter 3, we see all the important chapters related to Vikara Prashamana. So in first chapter, Rasayana Adhyaya or Rasayana chapter, again it is divided into four padas. In the similar way, Vajikarana chapter is also divided into four padas. So this is the uh, unique way of presentation in Charaka Samhita. In no other chapters you find the sub chapters. Only in Rasayana and Vajikarana you find the sub chapters. So this Rasayana and Vajikarana is also called as Maha Chikitsa. It is called as Mahaphala or Maha Chikitsa. It is more superior than the Chikitsa. So that is considered as Rasayana and Vajikarana. So there are four padas in Rasayana Adhyaya. First one is Abhaya Amalakiya Rasayana Pada. Abhaya Amalakiya Rasayana Pada. So next one is Pranakamiya Rasayana Pada. Third subchapter is Kara Prachitiya Rasayana Pada. And fourth one is Ayurveda Samuttaniya. Ayurveda Samuttaniya Rasayana Pada. Okay. So in first four padas are Abhayamalakiya, Pranakamiya, Karaprachitiya, Ayurveda Samuttaniya. You can remember the code APKA. A Abhayamalakiya, Pa Pranakamiya, Ka Karaprachitiya, A APKA, APKA, Ayurveda Samuttaniya. In the similar way, you can remember the four padas of Vajikarana Adhyaya, that is Samyoga Sharamuliya, Asikta Kshiriya, Third one is Masha Parana Prabrutiya. Fourth one is Puman Jata Baladika. Puman Jata Baladika. So SAMP. आपका SAM. आपका SAM. SAMP. So you can remember the four chapters or four sub chapters of Rasayana and Vajikarana Adhyaya. So we'll move to the first pada of Rasayana Adhyaya. So that is Abhaya Amalakiya Rasayana Pada. So here the word Abhaya means related to Haritaki. Amalaki is related to Dhatri or Amalaki. So the first Rasayana Pada is entirely dedicated to Haritaki and Amalaki. Description about Haritaki and Amalaki Rasayanas. So shloka number 3 and 4 gives details about chikitsa, because this is the first chapter of chikitsa sthana. So hence details about chikitsa have been mentioned here. So these are all the synonyms of chikitsa. Chikitsitam, vyadiharam, patyam, sadhanam, aushadam, prayashchittam, prashamanam, prakritistapanam, hitam. So these are all the synonyms of Beshaja. So Beshaja Paryayas are Chikitsitam, Vyadiharam, Patyam. Patyam means it is good for Pata, that is channels. Sadhanam, these are all the tools for treatment. Aushadam, Prayashchittam. Prayashchittam, you underline Prayashchittam. So like Daiva Vyapashraya Chikitsas, offering Bali, Homa, or going to pilgrimage. So all these come under Prayashchittam. Prashamanam, Prakriti Stapanam. These are all different aspects of Chikitsa. So Bheshaja or Chikitsa is again two types. That is Swastasya Urjaskaram. Swastya Urjaskaram. That is enhancing the Swastya, improving the quality of Swastya, enhancing the Swastya. That is called as Swastya Urjaskaram. And next one is Artasya Roganut. A deceased person should be treated. Treatment of deceased. So that is called as Artasya Roganut. So two types of treatment or two types of medicine, two types of chikitsa, that is called as Swastya Urjaskaram or and Artasya Roganat. Whereas Abeshajam means which is not a treatment, which will not become a part of the treatment, that is called as Abeshajam. So Beshajam is two types, Swastya Urjaskaram, Artasya Roganat. Whereas Abeshajam is also two types, Bhadanam, Sanubhadanam. Bhadanam means which causes instantaneous harm like poisons, visha, etc. Gada. So Bhadanam. Sanubhadanam means which is not a part of the treatment, which will not become a treatment, but slowly it will destroy the body, slowly destroy the swasthya, slowly destroy the arogya of the body. So that is called as Sanubhadanam. Chronic poisoning or chronic adulterations, chronic metabolic uh, reactions. So all these come under Sanubhadan. Bhadanam means instantaneous. Right after intake or right after exposure, it will cause disease or it will cause morbidity, mortality. So that is called as Bhadanam, Sanubhadanam. So Beshaja and Abeshaja treatment or a non-treatment. Beshaja is two types, Swasthya Urjaskara, Arthasya Roganat. Abeshaja is two types, Bhadanam, Sanubhadanam. Next, Swasthasya Urjaskaram is again two types, that is Rushyam and Rasayanam. Rushya and Rasayanam, Swasthya Urjaskaram. So among all the different types of treatment, among all the different modes of treatment, Rushya and Rasayana is the most important part of Swasthya Urjaskara. Means these two tools are the important tools to improve the Swasthya. Rest of all the things comes after this. So Rasayana and Vajikarna or Rasayana and Vrishya, these are all the two important modes to improve the Swasthya or increasing the Urja, energy of the Swasthya, energy of the body is Rushya and Rasayana. Here the word prayaha, prayena, roganam, dvitiyam, prashame matam. So Beshaja is again told in the previous shloka, that is Beshaja is two types, swasthya urjaskara, arthasya, roganut. So here the further details have been mentioned. Swasthya urjaskaram is again two types, that is Rushya and Rasayana. And Dvitiya Beshaja is Prashamam Matam, that is Roganam Prashama Matam, Arthasya Roganat. Here the word Praya is used three times, Prayaha, Praya Shabdo, Prayena. The word Praya means these two can be vice versa. So Visheshartho hi Ubayam Ubayartakrit means a Swasthya Urjaskara in the long run can become Roga Prashamana. Swasthya Urjaskara, that is Vrishya and Rasayana, can also subside the disease, can also mitigate the disease. Main action of Vrishya and Rasayana is Swasthya Urjaskara, but its prolonged action or distant action is Roga Prashamana. In the same way, Roga Prashamana medicines, main action is Roga Prashamana. In the due course of Roga Prashamana, they can improve the Swasthya. So, Roga Prashamana can act like a Swasthya and Roga Prashamana, and Vrishya and Rasayana, that is Swasthya Urjaskara. Main action is Swasthya Urjaskara. In the distant action, it can act like a Roga Prashamana. Following? So hence the word Prayaha, Prayena, Roganam, Dvitiya Prashamata, Praya Shabdu, Visheshartu means Rasayana and Vajikarana, and Roga Prashamana can be used in the vice versa. It is not strict that Rasayana and Vajikarana are only Swasthya Urjaskara, they can act as a Roga Prashamana also. In the same way, Roga Prashamana medicines is not strictly limited to Roga Prashamana, it can act as a Swasthya Urjaskara also. Next, there is a details about Rasayana. What is Rasayana? Rasayana induces Dirgamayu. Rasayana induces Smruti. Rasayana induces Medha, Arogyam, Taruna, Vayaha. Prabha, Varna, Swara, Audaryam. Audaryam, sympathy, empathy. It improves all these things. Dehendriya Balam Param. It improves the Deha, Indriya also. It can give Vak Siddhi. Means anything the person who is endowed with Rasayana, he can predict the future, or anything he tells that becomes truth. So that is called as Vak Siddhi. Pranati. Pranati means Loka Vandyata, means he is respected. Pranati means respectable. Kanti will be generated. So these are all the benefits of Rasayana. So Rasayana induces Dirgamayu, Spruti, Meda, Arogyam, Tarunamaya, Prabha, Varana, Swara, Audaryam, Dehendriya Balam Param, Vaksiddhi, Pranatim, Kanti. Then what is Rasayana? Rasayana is any means, Labhopayahi Shastanam Rasadinam Rasayanam. Any means, any medicines, any procedure which improves the best quality of Rasadi Dhatu is called as Rasayana. Rasayana is not limited to any medicine. Rasayana is not just limited to Haritaki, Amalaki. Rasayana means any medicine, any Achara Rasayana, even uh, healthy living, way of living, Dinacharya, Rutucharya, all those things. Any means, any tools which improves Rasadi Dhatu, which improves the strength, quality of the Rasadi Dhatu is called as Rasayana. So that is Labhopayaki Shastanam Rasadinam Rasayanam. Any means which improves the Rasadi Dhatu, which improves the quality, quantity of the Rasadi Dhatu is called as Rasayana. So that is the definition of Rasayana. Next comes Vajikarana or Vishya. What is Vajikarana? Apatya Santanakaram. Apatya means offspring. Santana means family line. Means a person who takes Vajikarana, he will be benefited with children. Their children also be potentiated to produce their children. That is, a family line will be generated by proper usage of Vajikarana. So, Apatya Santanakaram Sadhya Sampraharshanam, which improves the wellness, sexual wellness, mind, body, Sadhya Sampraharshanam. Vajiva Atibalu, which improves the vigor, libido, sexual power. Bhavatyati Priya becomes affectionated. Jiryato api akshayam shukram. Even after old age, there is no deficiency of shukra, or the quality quantity of shukra is maintained even after old age. So that is the benefit of. So Vajikarana induces, gives Yashaha, Shriyam, Balam, Pushtim. So these are all the benefits of Vajikarana. Okay. So next we'll move to the shloka number 16. So Rasayanam, according to Charaka Samhita, it is two types. That is Kuti Praveshika Rasayana, Vatatapikam Rasayana. Kuti Praveshika Rasayana means the person will stay in the kuti, will be devoid of all the external stimulations, food, etc. So he will be limited to a kuti, which is secured kuti, specially innovated kuti will be done. So person will be subjected to mild to moderate shodhana. Then he will be given with rasayana aushadis, and he should stay in a kuti. So here the person is completely centralized, or he will not be allowed to expose to any external stimulation, external vishayas, etc. So his stability of the mind improves, overall body's metabolism, agni vyapara, and improves the quality of the dhatu. So that is called as kuti praveshika rasayana, which is very superior. Whereas next type is vatatapika, means the person will not be only secure to kuti, he will be subjected to vata, that is external wind, atapa, sunlight, means he will be doing his regular works, all those things. At the same time, he will be taking rasayana. So that is vatatapika rasayana. So two types of rasayana, kuti praveshika rasayana, vatatapika rasayana. In Sushruta Samhita, you will find naimittika rasayana, kamya rasayanas, etc., medhya rasayanas, etc. So what is this kuti praveshika rasayana? In detail have been mentioned. So nivase nirbhaye shaste prapya upakarane pure, means proper kuti should be developed. It should be nirbhaye. There should not be any interventions or any external chores, etc. It should be free from all external stress. So it should be developed near Purva Uttarasya. So its door should face Purva, that is east facing or north facing. Trigarbha Sukshma Lochan. So these are all the specific characteristic features of the kuti. Trigarbha means three layered. So the kuti should not be a simple kuti. It should have a three layers. Means all the uh, attractions, stimulations, everything will be filtered. Then the thing has to reach the person. in the kuti. So it should be made up of three layered. And Sukshma Lochana means small windows should be there, and there will be inside there should not be any sunlight or all those things. It should be secured. Trigarbha, that is three layered kuti, should be developed. Manasaha Priyam means the stage should be very adaptable. It should be Manasaha Priyam. There should not be any disturbances. It should be tranquil, clear area. So Shabdadinam Ashastanam Agamyam. So there should not be any disturbances. There should not be any sexual stimulations or interactions, intercourse, etc. So considering the proper time, duration, sthiti, nakshatra, prashaste, on a proper date, proper time, the person should enter into the kuti for taking the kuti praveshika rasayana. So before going into the kuti praveshika or taking the rasayana, tasyam shodhanaihi shuddha means proper shodhana should be done. After shodhana jata bala, when he gets the strength, adaptability, then only he should enter into the kuti praveshika rasayana. So what type of shodhana should be done? General, all different types of shodhana can be done, but Acharya simplified the shodhana, that is haritaki the shodhana. So this is called as haritakya the shodhana. So these are all the drugs: haritaki churna, saindava, amalaka, guda, vacha, vidanga, rajani, pippali, vishwaveshaka. So it should be taken with ushna ambuna. What is the anupana? Ushna ambuna. After snehana svedana, go for haritakyadi shodhana. So proper shodhana occurs and then samsarjana karma should be done. Then triratram yavakam dadyat. Yavaka or yavagu type ahara should be given with sarpi. After 1 week, when there is a shuddha varchas, there should not be any distortion in fecal matter. So fecal matter should be clear. Shuddha varchas, shuddha koshta, then rasayana should be adopted. So here you should remember the Haritakya Dishodhana. Identify the drugs of the Haritakya Dishodhana before Kuti Praveshaka Rasayana. These may be the questions. And you should remember what all the drugs. What is the method of Shodhana has been given. Post Shodhana, what should be done can be noted. So that is about Kuti Praveshaka Rasayana. Next, there will be details about Rasayana Aushadis like Haritaki, Amalaki, um, Brahma Rasayana, Chavanprash, all those things. So total six rasayanas have been mentioned in this chapter. So first one is Haritaki. So details about Haritaki have been mentioned. Haritaki has Pancharasa, Ushna Virya, Lavana. So out of six rasas, Lavana is missing in Haritaki. It is Shivam, means it is good. It is Mangalakarak. What is the action of Haritaki? Doshanulomani. So it will bring the doshas downwards, conduce the doshas to the forwards. That is called as Doshanulomani. Lagvi, very light. Vidya, Deepana, Pachanam. It can cause Deepana, Pachana, Doshanulomani. It is Ayushyam, Paustakim. It is nutritious also. Paustakim, it has a nutrients, micronutrients, fibers, etc. Danyam, Vayasaha Stapanim Param. So it is also a superior Vayasa Stapana. Sarva Roga Prashamani. It can be given in all diseases. Sarva Roga Prashamani. buddhi, indriya, balapradam. So specific indications are kushta, gulma, udavartam. You can mute your audio. If you want to ask question, you can unmute and you can ask the questions. So specific indications of haritaki are kushta, gulma, udavarta, shosha, pandu amaya, mada, arshas, grani dosha, puranam, vishamajwaram. Underline vishamajwaram, purana vishamajwaram, hridrogam, shirorogam, atisaram, marochakam, kasa, prameha, anaha, plihanam, udaram, navam. Nava udara it is mentioned. Identify the indications of haritaki among these. So there may be a Purana Udara, Dakodara, Nava Udara, Baddhagudodara. So you should select Nava Udaram. Useful in Kapha Praseka, Vaiswaryam, Vaivarnyam, Kamala, Krimin, Shwayatu, Tamakam, Chardi, Klaibyam, Angavasadanam. Sroto Vibandhan, Vividan, Pralepan, Hrudaya Uraso. Any congestion, any plagues near Hrudaya, Uras, everything will be clear. Smruti, Buddhi, Pramoham. Pramoham means a state of confusion. Jayet Shigram Haritaki. So these are all the benefits of Haritaki. So there are some contraindications for Haritaki. Even though Haritaki has this much of special indication, Ajirna. So Haritaki should not be given in severe form of Ajirna. Ruksha Bhuja, who takes excessive Ruksha Bhojana, devoid of Sneha. Stree Madhya Vikarshita, one who is very tired with excessive sexual intercourse, Madhyapana, etc. Shuddrushna Ardhitascha, Shuddrushna Ardhitascha, one who is subjected to Shuddh, severe hungry, Trushna, etc. So in these conditions, Haritaki should be avoided. It should not be given. Next point is about Amalaki. So what are all the gunas mentioned for Haritaki is equally present in Amalaki. Means what are all the gunas, Rasa, Virya, Guna, Vipaka, everything mentioned are same for Amalaki. Only one thing is Amalaki is Shita Virya. Viryasya tu Vipareya. So Haritaki is Ushna Virya, Amalaki is Shita Virya. Only this is the difference between Haritaki and Amalaki. One more point is Haritaki has some contraindications like Ajirna, Rukshabhuja, Srimadhya, Vikarshita, etc. But Amalaki do not have these contraindication also. So Amalaki can be given in these conditions also. Amalaki has all these properties, that is, these are all the diseases where Amalaki is indicated, etc. So if it is a Shita disease, Shita more Kapha Pradhana, Shita type of disease, give Haritaki. If it is a Ushna type of disease like Pittaja Hrudrogam, Pittaja Shirorogam, Pittaja Atisara, Pittaja Rochaka, so like this, if it is a Pittaja conditions, then go for Amalaki. If it is a Vataja and Kafaja condition, you go for Haritaki. If it is a Pittaja condition, you go for Amalaki. So that is the difference between Haritaki and Amalaki. So next there is a description about Brahma Rasayana. You can go to shloka number 57. Here the word you can see iti Brahma Rasayana. Whenever there is a word iti, this is Brahma Rasayana. Iti or this is, so that is certified, like this is original contribution from Atreya or Charaka Samhita. So wherever you find the word iti, that is a you can consider for entrance point. There are many yogas mentioned in Charaka Samhita Chikitsa Sthana where it is not mentioned or signed by iti. Means you need not give importance to that. It may be useful for practice, for clinical practice, etc. But For entrance point of view, you can filter all those things which are not signed or summarized as iti. So wherever you find the iti Brahmarasayanam or iti Navayasa Churnam, iti Kalyanaka Grutam, then you have to consider for entrance. If it is not signed by iti, you can leave it for entrance. There may be a random yogas mentioned in the context of particular disease or stage. So for entrance point of view, you should remember the word iti. So with this word, small word iti, you can filter almost 50 to 60% of Charaka Chikitsa Sthana yogas, not useful for entrance point of view. I am again stressing it may not be useful for entrance point of view, it may be useful for practice, clinical practice. So for entrance point of view, whenever you read any yoga, you should see whether it is signed by iti, then only you should make a note of that. So this is the Brahma Rasayana, first Brahma Rasayana. Brahma Rasayana have been used in adjuvant for chemotherapy. Brahma Rasayana has been given for chronic diseases, for improving the Rasayana or improving the Dhatu, etc. So Brahma Rasayana is pretty famous yoga available in market, and many companies will prepare this Brahma Rasayana. Not exactly Brahma Rasayana mentioned here, but you can consider as a Brahma Rasayana. So in this Brahma Rasayana, Panchanam Panchamulam means five different types of Panchamulas have been added. Haritaki Sahasram means 1000 Haritaki has been used, and Trigunam Amalakam means 3000 Amalaki. Means Haritaki, 1000 Haritaki has been used, and 3000 Amalaki has been used. So Amalaki is more in quantity here. Other medicines or other drugs, you need not remember all these things. Vidharigandha, Broti, Prishnaparni, Nidagdika, etc. You can filter it for your entrance point of view. So all the Haritaki and Amalaki should be boiled, and its asti, Sarvani astini, that is its seed should be removed. Only the pulp part of Haritaki and Amalaki should be utilized. Sitopala Sahasram Churnitam. So details about preparation of Brahma Rasayana have been mentioned. Not so important, you can skip it. So whenever Brahma Rasayana should be utilized, it should be backup with Shastikaha Payasa Chatra Jirne Bhojana Mishyate. So always Shastika Shali with payas, Shastika Shali with milk. That should be the diet during the intake of Brahma Rasayana. No other medicines, no other ahara should be utilized. Only Shastika Shali with payas. That should be the only diet during intake of Brahma Rasayana. So Rasayanamidam Prasya, Bhubuva, Mitayusha means there is no end for life whenever Brahmarasana is taken. Vita Tandra Klama Shwasa. So these are all the benefits of Brahmarasayana. There will be no Tandra, no Klama, no Shwasa. Niratanka, even it is useful for Manas also. Meda Smriti Balopeta. So it is best for Dirgamayu. So that is the Brahmarasayana. So it can be a adjuvant to all type of diseases. So next is Dvitiya Brahma Rasayana have been mentioned. Here some Saushadis have been added like Kanaka, Rajata, Tamra, Pravala, etc. So all these are added to this Brahma Rasayana. This is called as Dvitiya Brahma Rasayana. Dvitiya Brahma Rasayana. Bhavatya rogo, the person will become disease free. Bhavatya rogo, dirgayu, mahabalaha. So these are all the benefits of Dvitiya Brahma Rasayana. Vayuna Samavikrama will become very powerful, equal to Vayu. So these are all the adjectives mentioned for Dvitiya Brahma Rasayana. Bhavatyavisham Chasya Gatre. Even toxication or intoxication will not have any effect on the body. So that is the effect of Dvitiya Brahma Rasayana. Next, there is a description about Chavana Prasha. Chavana Prasha, you can see iti Chavana Prasha. So this is the fifth Rasayana have been mentioned, that is Chavana Prasha. So you can analyze that Dashamula have been added, Bilba, Agnimanta, Shunaka, Kashmarya, Patali. So Dashamula have been added. So total 500 Amalaki have been utilized, 500 Amalakis. So six palas of Madhu and six palas of Kruta have been added. Usually, Samapramana, Madhu and Kruta becomes Visha, but because of association with all the other medicines, it will not result in Visha. Equal quantity of Madhu and Kruta. So, important indications of Chavan Prasha is Kasa, Shwasa. Vishesheno Padishyate. It is highly mentioned in Kasa Shwasa. Shatakshena. It can be given for Vruddha, Bala, etc. It improves the Balanam Angavardhanam. It improves the Anga. Each body parts will develop properly. Balanam Angavardhanam improves the height, weight, overall build quality of the pediatric age group will increase by taking the Chavana Prasha. So it is useful in Swarakshaya, Uroroga, Hrudroga, Vatashonita, Vatarakta, Pipasa. Useful in Mutra dosha, Shukra dosha. So its matra can be given to such an extent that it should not interrupt the regular bhojana. Means good amount of chavan prasha can be given. So benefits of chavan prasha are meda, spruti, kantim, improves the vajikarana, vrushyatva, varna prasadanam, pavananulomanam, vatanulomana occurs. By the intake of this prasha, amalaki, now the amalaki rasayana, Chavana Maharshi, one who has become very old, become young, Nava Yauvanam. Because of this Chavana effect, rejuvenative effect, it is called as Chavana Prasha. The next is Amalaka Rasayanam. Next, one more Amalaka Rasayanam. Can skip it. Fifth, Haritaki Yoga. Can skip it. So in the first part, the Abhay Amalakiyam Asmin Shad Yoga have been mentioned. So six yogas have been mentioned in this first pada. Okay. So we'll move to the second pada, Pranakamiya pada. Yes, if you have any questions, you can raise the question. If I am very fast, you can tell that also. We will slow down. The next chapter is Pranakamiya pada. Pranakamiya Rasayana Pada. So I will not go into each and every word details. I will only stress on some of the entrance point in these samhitas. Okay. So shloka number 6, Amalaka Gruta. You can remember Amalaka Gruta mentioned in second pada. So because of usage of Amalaka Gruta, the body becomes Bruhat Shariram. Good body will be developed. Bala Indriya will improve. Bala of Indriya will improve, etc. Next one is Amalaka Avaleha. So in this Amalaka Avaleha, total 1000 Amalaki have been utilized. Next one is Amalaka Churnam. Just remember the different yogas. Next is Vidanga Avaleha. Vidanga Avaleha. Next one is Amalaki Avaleha. Not so important, you can skip it. Nagabala Rasayanam. Nagabala now it is extinct, not available. Still, you should remember for Rasayana Adhyaya, Nagabala Rasayana. Have been mentioned in which pada? First pada, second pada, third pada, fourth pada. Like this question may arise. Bala and Atibala has been mentioned as Rasayana. Important point is Ballataka. Ballataka has been mentioned in detail in this chapter. Ballataka Kshiram, Ballataka Kshaudram, Ballataka mixed with honey. Proper formation of Ballataka Kshaudram, Ballataka Tailam. So these are all the different 10 types of Ballataka yogas. Ballataka Sarpi, Ballataka Kshira, Ballataka Kshaudra, Ballatakam, Guda Ballatakam, Ballataka Yusha, etc. So Ballataka is Tikshna, Pakini, Agni Samani. Whenever during digestion or during Agni Vyapara, Ballataka is almost equal to Agni. It should be utilized in a proper way, then it becomes a Amruta Kalpa. कफजो नसो रोगो अस्ति न vibando asti kaschana. Means by the usage of Ballataka, there is no kafaja vyadhi which can sustain. Means it can clear all the kafaja vyadhis, it can clear all the congestion, all the block. Vibando asti kaschana. Means any block, any plaque or any bond, any kafaja vyadhi will be cleared by proper usage of Ballataka. So that is about the second pada of Rasayana. So Sapta Trimshat means 37 yogas have been mentioned in this second pada of Rasayana. We'll move to the next pada, Kara Prachritiyam Rasayana Padam. Kara Prachritiyam means a proper amalaki in the tree has to be collected and it should be held in Kara. Kara means hand. So it is a handmade amalaki like Karaprachitiyam Rasayana Padam. Kevala Amalaka Rasayanam, Shloka number 14. not so important, you can skip it. There is a description about Trifala Rasayana have been mentioned in this chapter. Trifala Rasayanam. Lohadi Rasayana has been mentioned. Aindri Rasayanam means Rasayana developed by Indra. So that is called as Aindri Rasayanam. It has some Divya Aushadhis have been mentioned in this. It is considered as Parama Ojaskara Rasayanam. Parama Ojaskara Rasayanam. Aindra Rasayanam. Next, Medhya Rasayana. This shloka is important. Manduka Parani Swarasa. Manduka Parani in the form of Swarasa. Ishtimadu Churna with Kshira. Guduchi Mula Pushpa Rasa and Shanka Pushpi Kalka. So you should remember four Medhya Rasayana, that is Manduka Parani, Ishtimadu, Guduchi and Shanka Pushpi. So there is no Brahmi here. So Shanka Pushpi Kalka should be taken. Estimadu Churna with milk, Manduka Parani Swarasa, whereas Guduchi Sa Mula Pushpa Rasa. So that is, these were the four important Medhya Rasayanas. Next, there is a description about Pippali Rasayana. So Pippali Rasayana can be taken in the form of Vardhamana Pippali Rasayana. So this Vardhamana have been mentioned here. Pippali Vardhamana Rasayanam. Krama Vrudya means 10 Pippali can be increased. Means today 10 Pippali, next 20 Pippali, 30, 40, 50, so like that. So at a particular day, maximum Pippali is 100 Pippalis. On a particular day, what is the maximum number of Pippali can be taken per day is 100 Pippali. So you can increase from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Then it can be decreased 10, every day 10 Pippali can be decreased. So this is one cycle of Pippali Vardhamana Rasayana. By this, 1000 Pippalis can be consumed. So in a Uttama Bala person, 10 Pippali can be taken. In Madhyama person, 6 Pippali. In very low immunity or very low capacity person, 3 Pippali can be taken. 3 Pippali can be increased per day. So these are all the three different varieties of Pippali Vardhamana Rasayanam. Pippali Vardhamana Rasayanam can be taken in the form of pista, that is paste, in Uttama Bala. It can be taken in the form of Shruta Kashaya, in the form of Madhyama Bala. Whereas in the Adama Bala, Ayaskra Churna or Churni Krutva Hraswa, Pippali Churna can be taken. So 10 Pippali increasing 10 Pippali is Shrestha, 6 Pippali increasing is Madhyama, and 3 Pippali is Kaniya. So this Pippali Vardhamana Rasana is useful in Plihodara Vinashanam. Underline this one, Plihodara Vinashanam. Medhya Rasayanam, Pippali Vardhamana Rasana. Next, there is a description about Trifala Rasayana. What is the exact method of taking Trifala? Jaranante, after the digestion, you take one Abhaya, Abhayam Ekam. Before the intake of food, you can take two Bibitaki. And right after intake of food, you should take four Amalaki. So four Amalaki with Madhusarpi. This is the method of intake of Trifala Rasayana.
So please can you repeat that?
Which one?
Trifala Rasayana.
At
Vardhan.
the end of digestion, one Haritaki just before the food. intake 2 bibitaki. Right after intake of food 4 amalaki with madhusar. Before food 2 bibitaki. Right after food 4 amalaki. After some time, that is during or at the end of the digestion, 1 haritaki. So that is the method of Trifala Rasayana. Next, there is a description about Shilajitu. Shilajitu has been mentioned extensively. That is, it is Anamlam Kashayam cha Katu Pake. So it has a Katu Vipaka, Kashaya Rasa Pradana, Anamla, Nati Ushna Shita. It is neither very Ushna, neither very Shita. Dhatubhyas Chaturbhyas Tasya Swam Sambhava means it is developed from 4 different dhatus. Dhatu means here uh, minerals, that is Hema Shilajitu, Rajata, that is silver, Tamra, copper, and Krishnayas. So these 4 are the important sources, dhatus for dhatu sources for Shilajitu. So Shilajitu intake is also mentioned in 3 types. That is 7 weeks, or 7 weeks can be taken. That is the best part. 3 weeks, taking Shilajitu for 3 weeks, taking Shilajitu for 1 week. So three different varieties of Shilajitu intake. Sapta Saptahastrayascha Ekascha Saptakaha. It can be taken for 7 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 week. Pala, one pala, complete dose. One pala is Sreshta pala, Ardha pala is Madhyama, and Karsha. One Karsha is the in 3 different doses of Shilajit. Hema Shilajitu, description about Hema Shilajitu. Japa Pushpa Nibascha. Japa Pushpa. Its color resembles like Japa Pushpa. It is Madhura Satikta, Katu Vipaka. This is the Suvarna Shilajit. Rupya Shilajitu will be having Katurasa. It will be slightly whitish color, Shweta color. Shita Swadu Vipachate, Madhura Vipaka. Whereas Tamra Shilajitu resembles like Barhi Kanta. Barhi means peacock. Peacock's Kanta is slightly bluish greenish. That is the color of Tamra Shilajitu. Whereas IS Shilajitu or Krishna IS Shilajitu resembles like Guguluka Basam. It resembles like a Gugulu. It is Tiktarasa, Lavananvita, Katu Vipaka, Shita, Sarvasreshta Chayasa. Among all the 4 Shilajitus, IS Shilajitu, that is iron oriented Shilajitu, is best. There is one more variety, that is Gomutra Gandhi Shilajitu is also available. That is also equally good like Krishna IS Shilajitu. So during the intake of Shilajitu, Vidahi Ahara, Guru Ahara should be completely avoided, and Sarva Kalam to Kulattan Parivarjayet. So Kulatta should be strictly avoided during the intake of Shilajitu, because Kulatta Guna and Shilajitu Guna are entirely opposite. So hence Kulatta should not be given or taken during the intake of Shilajitu Rasayana. So this is the importance of Shilajatu. There is no roga which cannot be cured by Shilajatu. Means Shilajatu can cure any type of diseases. So that is the presentations about Shilajatu. So total 16 Dasha Shat, 16 yogas have been mentioned in this pada, Karaprachitiya Rasayana pada. We'll move to the last pada of Rasayana Adhyaya, that is Ayurveda Samuttani. Some Divya Rasayanas have been mentioned, not so important, we can skip it. Shira Pushpi, Shravani, Mahashravani, Shatavari, Vidari, Jivanti, etc. Katira Rasayana have been mentioned. Katira Rasayana, Vayastapana. These are all some of the Indrokta Rasayanas or Divya Rasayanas not available, may be extinct, so not so useful for entrance. We can skip it. This shloka is important. Shloka number 35, Achara Rasayana. Achara Rasayana, way of conduct, like one type of sadvruta during intake of rasayanas. Achara Rasayana should be followed. That is Satyavadinam. Always speak truth. Akrodhanam. There should not be any injury, revenge, thought, etc. Nivrutta Madhyamaitunam. You should not consume madhya, not consume sexual intercourse, etc. Ahimsakam, anayasam, there should not be any strenuous exercise, etc. Prashantam, priyavadinam, always speak sweet. Japa, shauchaparam, dhiram, dana nityam, tapasvinam. So these are all the different traits for achara rasayana. Some of the milestones in Ayurveda, that is uh, Ashwino Deva corrected the yajna. When the yajna Shirachinna was done, his Shira or head is replaced by Ashwini Deva, etc. Prashirna Dashana, dentals of Prashirna have been corrected. Pushno Netra, Pushno, his Netra was corrected. So these were some of the important milestones. Can skip it, not so important. So among all the dana, Jivita Danam is very superior dana. It is considered as superior dana. Jivita Danam means giving life to others, improving the life of others. That is called as the best dana. That is about the fourth Rasayana Pada.